Well, hi everybody. My name is Mr. Lee David Carter, and I want to talk about another interesting subject today on this blog, and it concerns the 6 stages of discovering your trans identity. So, for all those people out there that are trans, that are thinking about going through the process or having the feelings of being in that place, whereby they're trying to discover their identity and who they are as to being trans, or thinking about going through it, or already going through the process even presently now, or whatever. This will probably be a very helpful blog for you to look at and to think about. So the first stage for me was was how I was told how to be feminine. Okay, now, as a child, growing up, I remember I was told that I've got to wear a skirt. First stage, adherence. How to present yourself, how to be attractive, and to abide by the rules, should I say. It's easy to follow if you're happy. However, I was definitely not happy. And I was not happy about being a woman. And saying that there were things that were off. And that to me was the beginning of the process. So I started to notice things felt a little off, basically. The second stage is a combination of adherence, which is kind of like denial, living in denial. And I remember, looking in the mirror and looking at myself and saying, what a handsome guy I am. And I was, going through puberty, and I would be, it would be so much easier in my life if I was like a man, and if I was a man, I guess I'm not a man, right? And this way of thinking was going on constantly. It did not really have any significance to me, so I thought, well, everyone has these thoughts, right? So the next stage for me was curiosity. Now, being the first stage, I thought, okay, I'm going to go and try on men's clothes, keeping it closeted, or undercover and quiet. I'd go into my father's wardrobe, I'd try on his suit, his shoes, his jacket, put a shirt on and a tie, and I thought of it as sexually masculine kind of thing. It's not something personal to me. I was about 7 or 8 years old at the time. So the stage 4 part is objection. Well, what's not really valid, this kind of thinking. Also living in a generation it's not heard of or even spoken about. It would not be possible for me to do it. I can't accept myself. I just want to be handsome enough to be happy, living that life. A lot of ways to create objections. The pressure of society, as well as internal, the fight within myself. I was surrounded by people I met like myself. People were more accepting. And I guess, well, my identity gave me the ability that just, I needed to acknowledge that maybe my thoughts were just these sexual, masculine things, perhaps. I can be trans on my travels for the first time. So I ended up going to the USA. And I was in the Village in New York, a very, very LGBTQ area in New York. Then I started meeting groups in London on the LGBTQ, in Soho. I was on the gay scene. Then I started to identify as a trans man. And I started to slowly just figure it out, what or who I was. So the next stage for me was struggling. Struggling was this inner transphobia. Being able to try and accept yourself and not accepting yourself. Struggling with the fact that my body does not match or look right. How can I possibly pass? How can I be accepted? Not even allowing myself to embrace my masculinity and being stuck in this feminine form. Thinking I needed to be feminine. It's kind of like easy programming, get stuck into this feminine form, thinking I needed to be feminine. Like it's kind of like easy programming. Like being in it your whole life, after a year being on hormones and struggling with my own inner transphobia. So moving into the last stage is acceptance. Acceptance that I am a man. Accepting the things that I can change. And worked on accepting myself. And being true to who you are and why the struggle. Change it. So it's a quick recap on this, okay? So adherence. What have you been given? That is what you are. Denial. Any God sent, get out of it. Okay? Curiosity. Maybe not right. Experimented. Trying things on. And then the objections, the inner parts of ourselves that fights with who we actually are. And how to thrive, most importantly. And then of course you've got transphobia, which is that inner fight within ourselves to accept yourself and the struggles that you have with your gender identity and being able to match on the outside of who you are on the inside. Struggling and fighting with those feelings within. And then of course, acceptance, the last stage. Accepting that you are the gender that you are and having the outside match who you are inside and being able to pass. And then for me, it's not just passing, I'm just existing, that I'm just cis, I just exist. Once you get to that stage, you're not passing, you're just existing. You're just living the life that you are from within to out, and there's no thoughts or feelings about what somebody's thinking or feeling towards you. You're just existing in that gender that you are from within. So all I wanted to say is, most importantly for all of you, live your highest potential and just thrive and be who you are. So I honour all you out there on this journey, the experience, and because it is so rewarding. Being happy is one of the most important things in life, and being oneself and true to who you really are. So I wanted to share this with you. If any of you are going through these feelings or thoughts, going through the stages, I'm going to say love and light, follow your heart, be who you are and be true to who you are, and not worry about what's going on in the world outside of that. Okay, love and light, love and blessings. Please press the subscribe button for more blogs and podcasts. And I'd love to have feedback from you all, because you know it's so important to have feedback. It's really helpful. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.